On March 19, 2026, Cursor, the AI coding tool valued at $29 billion, made a bold announcement. They launched Composer 2, their own self-built frontier-level coding model, but within 24 hours, developers found something Cursor didn't want you to see. Cursor is not a small startup. With a valuation of $29 billion and millions of developers using their platform daily, when they say they've built a frontier AI model, people pay attention. Composer 2 launched with impressive numbers. On CursorBench, Cursor's own internal evaluation, it scored 61.3 compared to 44.2 for Composer 1.5. On Terminal Bench 2.0, it hit 61.7. On SWE-bench Multilingual, a standard coding agent benchmark, it achieved 73.7, a 7.8-point improvement over the previous version. The pricing looked compelling too, just 50 cents per million input tokens and 50 per million output tokens. For the fast variant, the default in the product, it's 50 input and 50 output. Cursor called it frontier-level coding intelligence. They said it came from their first continued pre-training run, combined with reinforcement learning on long-horizon coding tasks. Everything sounded great, until someone looked under the hood. Within 24 hours of the launch, developers started noticing something strange. When inspecting API responses and network traffic from Cursor, the model ID field wasn't returning some internal identifier like Composer 2 or Cursor Frontier v1. It was returning Kimi K2.5. That's the model ID for Kimi K2.5, the flagship model from Moonshot AI, a Chinese AI company based in Beijing. The community erupted. On Hacker News and Twitter, posts started going viral. One developer wrote, "Cursor caught stealing Kimi's model, calling it their own again. The word again is significant. This wasn't the first time this kind of thing had happened." Eventually, Cursor was forced to confirm it. Yes, Composer 2 is built on top of Kimi K2.5 as the base model. A $29 billion company marketing a third-party model as their own frontier innovation. So what exactly is Kimi K2.5, and why does it matter? Kimi K2.5 is developed by Moonshot AI, one of China's fastest-growing AI labs. The model is built on the Kimi K2 architecture, which uses a mixture of experts' design with 1 trillion total parameters and 32 billion active parameters. This MoE structure is what allows it to achieve frontier performance while remaining cost-efficient. Kimi K2.5 supports 256,000 token context windows. It has native multimodal capabilities, handling both vision and text inputs. It supports thinking mode for deep reasoning, and it's optimized for agentic coding tasks. Exactly the kind of work Cursor users do every day. The API is fully compatible with OpenAI's format, so any tool that supports OpenAI can drop in Kimi with minimal changes. And the cost? Approximately 8 times cheaper than Claude Opus per million tokens. Here's the good news, you don't need to wait for Cursor to be transparent. You can use Kimi K2.5 directly in Cursor right now, bypassing their pricing markup entirely. First, go to platform.moonshot.cn and create an account. Get your API key from the console. Now open Cursor. Go to Settings, then Models. Look for the option to add a custom model. In the model name field, type Kimi K2.5. Set the base URL to https API Moonshot.cn v1. Paste your Kimi API key. Hit Save and select Kimi K2.5 as your active model. That's it. You're now using the exact same underlying model as Cursor Composer 2, but at direct API pricing, which is roughly 8 times cheaper than comparable frontier models. Compare the numbers yourself. Claude 4 Sonnet costs per million input tokens and per million output. GPT-4o is 50 input and output. Kimi K2.5 comes in at around 15 cents input and 60 cents output per million tokens. So what does this all mean for the AI industry? First, Chinese AI is here, and it's powering Western products at scale. Moonshot AI's Kimi K2.5 is now embedded in one of the most widely used AI coding tools in the world. Second, the cost revolution is real. Mixture of experts architecture models like Kimi K2 prove that you don't need to spend a fortune to get frontier-level performance. The cost-efficiency gap between Chinese and Western AI labs is becoming a major competitive factor. Third, this raises important questions about transparency. When a company valued at $29 billion markets a third-party model as their own proprietary innovation, what does that mean for developers who chose that tool specifically for its custom model? The AI coding landscape is changing faster than any of us expected. If you want to stay ahead, subscribe to Roundtable AI. We cover the real stories behind AI tools, and we give you the setups to actually use them. Drop a comment. Are you going to try Kimi K2.5 directly? And do you think Cursor should have been upfront about this from day one? See you in the next